Hello everybody, my name is Elenator and welcome back to Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld episode 445. As you can see, my XP has not gone up since yesterday, as I've been busy doing other stuff. So, we're not going to spend much time here. We're just going to clean it out now and then go do other stuff. That's more fun. In fact, hold on, let's see if we can get up to 84. Hooray! Alright, cool. Yeah, I don't feel like spending time here. We're gonna keep working on level 139 eventually, because now I know how expensive it's gonna be. So that's a problem for future me. What we're gonna do now is go do other stuff. And hooray! You would think, we get one more version in 1.16.5. It doesn't work like that because 1.16.4 has two pre-releases and a release candidate and the full release. 1.16.5 has more pre-releases, probably another one or two release candidates, and then the full release. Anyways, that's all that. Howdy, all of y'all. Welcome back. We're gonna go look at the bounty board because I walked into today having nothing on the to-do list. I can either keep digging a hole, but I did that yesterday. I don't want to keep digging a hole. I also worked more on collecting XP yesterday. Don't want to collect any more XP today. So let's go do something that's not boring. Is there a lighting bug with the portal? Maybe not, it just looks weird because this looks lighter than that, but very well could just be because the bedrock texture is darker, so it just looks like lighting bug. Anyways, I don't know what day it is. It's day 6,355 here within the Ultimate Minecraft Polyworld. So what we are looking for is off in this direction. The bounty board has not moved. I've had that since InfDev or Alpha. Hasn't gone anywhere. In fact, I want to say Alpha and not InfDev because you couldn't put signs on walls for a little bit. So once I was able to put signs on walls, that's when I moved them over to here because I didn't want signs on the floor. Anyways, the only things on this wall is torches, flowers, and getting rid of all the trees. That'll forever be a work in progress until the day comes that I get there. This wall's entirely completed. This wall just has the supermarket. I'm almost there. I just need a lot more wood. I don't know if I want to go tree chopping though, that's boring. The military base, the observatory, I don't even know what I was planning for that, but I'm not taking it off the wall because I don't feel like doing it. And then we got the rad facility, of which I don't know how to design. I'll figure something out. Block Museum still on hold. Nerve HQ is on hold. Other than that, that wall's completed. And then this wall's completed. I have a lot more done than I thought. The slime bounce castle. That one's in progress because I ran out of slime balls. Hello to you as well. Welcome to the stream. So that means the only things I have going on are chopping down trees for the supermarket, my Zelenaco. I've got the military base, the observatory, and the rad facility. The three biggest things. I guess the science rad facility is gonna end up being a part of that. Maybe that's what I'll need to do, work on more of the testing area. I never set up a target practice. Mod that allows you to broadcast, watch TV, and radio. One's computer does not simply pick up AM or FM signals. How do you listen to radio? I don't think it works like that. Hi to you as well. So I'll need... You know what I need to do? I need to look up just how far bows can fire. Because I need to set up the range for this. How far can Minecraft bow shoot? 120 blocks. Alright, so... a I'll probably just set up 400 blocks. I don't feel like going all the way to 120 because I'm still going to have to take into account the height of the target. I said hello. I say howdy back. In Minecraft now, real waves. Where does it get this data from then? What sort of streaming source? So step 1, target blocks. A target block is... Hold on, wait, don't tell me. I think it's a hay bale. I'll do one every 10 blocks, so that means I need 10. 10 hay bales and 40 red dust, if I'm remembering this correctly. Howdy Koski, welcome back. That's nearly all my redstone. Alright, well, change of plans. We're gonna put this on hold. I'm gonna write this down because or else I will forget. Target range, 100 meters. So we're gonna have to go find some more redstone. Nom 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 nom. Alright, so let's think. The place we're gonna go digging is probably the beta 1.9 area. Unless if there's anything after. No, not particularly. What's my hat? I'm wearing the dragon egg. One of the originals. I think it was this one. Alright, I needed to bring more torches, because I could always use more torches. Or, a better idea, if I mine coal, I'll just take another stack of sticks with me. I'll take 2 stacks, change my mind. Let's see if I have free shulker boxes. All of these are currently in use. Do I not have any? Oh, here we go. We'll take the dirt ones. These are empty. I feel like this mod is not as impressive as I was expecting it to be, based on how you're describing it. Well, let me grab my boat as we prepare to venture out. Should have plenty of food. I'll go decide on an area to mine in when we get there. All my tools are now nice and repaired after the farm visit yesterday. I should have plenty to go mining. Plenty of tool durability. Are we gonna make it? Oh, I think this is the farthest I've ever traveled with speed. I don't think I've made it up the staircase before. I must have gone through the portal at the perfect time. Because I don't remember making it that high and still have the speed effect going. Alright, so now we kind of sit and we wait. We have some traveling to do. Such is how it goes. I'm trying to remember what outpost I set up after the 1.1 area. I don't think I did have any. So there's the monolith, beta 1.2, beta 1.8, beta 1.9, then 1.1. I think I started colonizing a 1.2 village, but I don't think I did anything there. After 1.1, I don't know if I have another outpost until the 1.7 or the 13W36A swamp. I feel like the mods that allowed loading websites has been around for a while. At least the old version I remember. Or earlier in release. Maybe 2014 or 15. I remember the days when the best computer I had difficulty playing Minecraft. I had to deal with it for about 2 years, or 2.5 years. No, it was 3 years. 2012 to 2015. I don't remember the name of it. People have had in-game browser mods for a while. I just don't know if that one particular mod ever was maintained or if it was only around originally and some other mod replaced it. And I can't remember where exactly I needed to be. I wonder if I already passed where I was supposed to be at. No, maybe not. Maybe it was... It might be coming up soon. If we could see farther than Nether, I'd feel much better, except I currently don't have fog disabled. Soon, I hope. 1.17. Alright, so that's beta 1.8. That's beta 1.9. Can you say the main one you use? How much do you use it? This feels like something that would be a novelty because of performance and general browser incompatibility. I have a hard time seeing people spend extensive amount of times on there. Alright, let's see. The safe way to the portal was somewhere around here. There it is. I still don't have a proper pathway. I don't know when I'll get that. One day, perhaps. But first, I need more red dust. Because I plan on having displays. Oops. Let's catch some Z's, reset the weather timer. As I try to figure out which way the Zella moon has risen. It rises this way. So somewhere around here, hopefully we'll find a good cave system to go mining in. And I feel like I did find one somewhere. I'm trying to remember which direction that was. If that way is south, I think it was this way. As I try to figure out which direction I'm going in. I was here not that long ago, the last time I needed red dust, because the amount I spent working on the lighting system for the new settlement I have going on, rather expensive. Probably only saved me a few seconds, but I'll take those few seconds anyway. And hadunk. Is this where I was? Hold on, is there another pillar I have around here? Because I might have already made it. Let's take one good look around, though. I see a chunk border over there. That's probably too far. So, I guess we'll head down here and see how much of this cave I've explored. The cheese it stands for the amount of times I've cheesed it during UMP Part 4. There's some coal. There's this stuff. Oh, I remember doing a lot of exploring here. Hello. See you later. I'll be picking up coal when I can, after I make sure the area is all nice and safe. Especially with the amount of cooking I've been doing recently. Alright, that's good enough for now. We'll start with 56. I've been way down here. It'd be nice if we find caves. This doesn't go anywhere, does it? Nope. This is the part where I try to find some place I haven't already been. Maybe I should scout out the area, see if I can find another cave entrance that's nearby. And since when did they change it so that way you swim up waterfalls so quickly? I don't remember zooming up water that fast. It used to be a slow and painful process. Of course, the water is flowing down. It would make sense that trying to swim up would not be fun. But from a video game standpoint, and I feel like I'm not going to get very far. Alright, new plan. We're going to head back up. I'll grab some more coal, though. Unless if we can make it back to the mine shaft. I feel like... Ow. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do something. I never bumped up the volume ever since I left the Enderman farm. Oops. Alrighty, away we go. As I try to figure out how I got down here in the first place. This was not where I entered, I don't think. Because the way the pillar was constructed, it feels like I would have put that when I left the cave, not when I entered the cave. Which means I feel like there was another way that I got down here the first time. Except I don't remember how I did that. Oops. Howdy, Paul. Welcome back. The resource pack I'm using I call Ultimate Polycraft Pack. It's the one I use dedicated to this series. It's the one I've put together myself. It has a lot of different inspiration pieces. Alright, we made it here, except I don't think the mine shaft is low enough. Alright, that doesn't go anywhere. If the mine shaft was in the 20s, I'd be more likely to keep going. But I don't think this will get me to where I need to be. So we need to be at 16 and lower. I should say 15 and lower. 0 to 15. So this is here. We should be hopefully close to the entrance. Except I don't remember how I fell down. Yes, yes, I hear you. Farewell. Where I came with the water. Aha, here's an exit. Well, I've been here plenty. We shall find somewhere else. Maybe I should keep heading off in this direction. I don't want to wander too far, though. All the good caves are here. Caves between beta 1.8 and release 1.6 have the best generation when it comes to exploration. Here's a surface cave. Does this go anywhere? None that I could tell. Nope. One of these days, it'd be cool if there was a mod that visualized cave generation, where instead of filling everything in with air, filled everything in with glass. That way, you could see what caves would look like if they had the opportunity to generate on the surface. And now we're indeed right at the Sky Islands, so this isn't going to get me to where I need to be. We'll keep going this way. Oh wait, which way is this? This way's north. No, we keep going south. We keep going this way to find terrain I need. And my inventory is already filling up with a bunch of items I didn't really want. Mob drops, leave me alone, please. Are all these pumpkins regular pumpkins? I forgot they all converted. Every carved pumpkin in the world turned into a regular pumpkin. Which means, if you wanted carved pumpkins, they would need to be in a chest, I believe. But all the conversions for that have already taken place. That's how much the world's been upgraded. That's unfortunate. I remember I'm getting flashbacks to playing early release and how difficult it was trying to find surface caves. They just didn't like to generate very often. Felt like they generated in clusters. You'd find areas where there's nothing, and then other areas where you would find several. Hopefully this one gets us to where we need to be, though. I don't know, it feels like it's hanging around on the surface a lot. Here we go. Here's a ravine. This will get us down, hopefully. I thought mushrooms don't like being next to light. I guess placing the torch doesn't update it, but breaking the torch does. Interesting. Alright, so I know the fastest way down, but the fastest way down is not fun. Alright, anything good over here? I see more planks for a mine shaft. We'll just get rid of you real fast. Probably should have waited for that kit and get rid of the lava first. Too late. Well, this is nice. This was a very big vertical drop. Where are we at now? 23. We're close. We're close to where we need to be. I see what we came for. Hooray, we made it. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Only took 20 minutes. I don't know what their plan is for major releases, if they're giving more importance to minor releases. We're already on 1.21.6. I have a hard time seeing them go beyond a 1.21.9. I feel like we're going to end up with another 1.7, 1.8 incident, if that ends up being the case. But now, if these minor updates are supposed to be important, I don't know when the major updates are going to be. Oh, blue carbon. I'll take that. I can always use more, even though I don't know what I'm doing with it. It just hangs around in my chest. Pretty soon it'll be hanging around in my shulker box. Alright, while we're here... You know what, I'll hold off on crafting more torches. I can wait for now. Coal is plentiful. Beep beep. Anyone in here? Aha! Good thing I dug up more of that. I wasn't expecting there to be anything hidden under the gravel. I was just trying to hope there was more caves back here. I was mistaken, but thankfully we got the goods. Sorry, Lapis, I'll leave you behind. I don't know how much more enchanting I'll need to do. I can always make more Lapis biomes, or expand the current one. Except, I think I spent a lot of Lapis on that. Maybe I should pick it up. If I've spent a lot of Lapis on that Lapis biome, maybe I should start resupplying. Second monitor broke. That's unfortunate. Only time we've had a 0.10 was 1.7, but 1.8 was close with a 0.9. After that, the second highest would be right now at 0.6. 1.20 and 1.21 both have had a 0.6. Then you had 1.2.5. Hello. Let's go exploring. Whoop. They are planning 1.20, 1.7. That's the next update. even though we just barely got 1.21.6. Yeah, at this rate, I'm having my doubts that we're gonna be getting... Oh, it's a bug fix update. I understand that. Which is why I feel like the next update should be a major one, other than any other bug fix updates that would need to go out. I was kind of surprised that both 1.21.4 and 0.5 were able to not have any bug fix updates. I'll just throw all this in here and then I'll restock it later. And steal all the goods. Leave nothing behind. Of course, that's how you run out of inventory space. Is there surprise lava that only extended 1 block forward? Do they ever officially have a release schedule? I know there are 2 different leaked release schedules. I think. I don't remember if there was ever an official one. Maybe there was. I'm trying to think back to the Minecraft Monthly I watched, where they're talking about the upcoming plans. Maybe it only had some of the stuff on there, and not everything that was to be expected. Let me grab all this. And pick up more of the red dust. Except I don't have any goods around here, so I might have to start filling in with cobblestone. Because I didn't think to bring a bucket. As what usually happens. For as nice as it is having a bucket while you're mining, I should say particularly while you're cave mining, I tend to not need them that much. I often don't bring them. And I want to know what's this way. Well, this is some rather interesting generation. Wonder how much of this is a lava tube and how much of it's just a cave. Unless that's how lava tubes generate to begin with. I could make a bucket if I went back to the mine shaft and collected enough wood to make a crafting table. And so acting as a trim, are you referring to the concept or are you referring to the texture usage? Texture usage on here. Oop. There was one more over here. One more visible at least. Oops. Was that my last torch? Yes, it was. Alright, hold on. Let's go pick up some coal. Let me see if I can find some real fast. That way I don't have to place down the shulker box just yet. Alright, I guess I'll go for the coal over here. I don't think trim is a good way to describe what you're thinking. I feel like plating would be more accurate. because it is the same one you upgrade. It is coated. Perhaps coating is better than plating as well. Because it's not fully an alloy, and it's not the original, or it's not the original composition. Excuse me. Go away. Alright, so let's just start out with this real fast. I'll make more torches later. But first, let's shine some light on the subject. I'm going to keep quoting that even though I haven't seen the movie in years. Alright, let's pick up all the goods. I probably should have made that crafting table, or at least brought one with me, for the reason of I should combine all these in the blocks. That would definitely save on space. Oh, now's my opportunity. Oh, hold up. We have a dungeon. Hello. Double chest. I always kind of find it funny when a double chest generates in a dungeon. Because I think to myself, however this ended up here, it just seems odd. Well, either way, let me grab all the goods as I sort out my stuff real fast. Alright, let's see just how much of this can be put away. Most of it. Hooray. Alright, cool. Choppy, choppy chest. Alright, what else? Hey, look, a bucket! Wasn't I just talking about how I could use buckets for all this water and lava? Alright, so let's see. What are incomplete stacks? Because anything that's an incomplete stack, I'm gonna end up picking more of. I'm probably not gonna find any more cocoa beans. So now I can also keep going on that. Netherite plated wooden pickaxe would make a pickaxe that only lasts a little bit longer than a regular wooden pickaxe, and it wouldn't burn. Let me pick up all the goods here, even though mossy cobblestone is cheap to acquire these days. Something the wandering trader would sell. I feel like a netherite plated wooden pickaxe would be something just to have and would not serve much of a purpose. And I see the wood over here is on fire. Something went wrong. These chunks must not have been loaded very long if the fire is just now happening. Oh wait, I see the lava. Let me see if I can go up there and remove it. We're going to try not to end up inside, even though there are no longer any consequences for ending up in lava. That's okay. Let's just get rid of that real fast. Alright, so back on task. The important stuff we need is down below. And I'm wondering if I can just get rid of that because I want to pick up the water. I keep hearing zombies. They're all over the place. Kind of makes sense if I just found that dungeon. Ow. You've made a mistake. There we go. Much better. Now I don't have to deal with the lava anymore. Can y'all leave me alone? Oops, didn't mean to wash away the torch. put the iron back. I haven't been picking it up so far. I don't need to pick up any more iron. I have plenty of it at home. I feel like you would need a special tool if it were to teleport you straight back to your death point. There's a problem with teleporting straight back to your death point, though. What happens if you die in lava, or you die in the void? I don't think you want to go back then. If it doesn't teleport you back to the death point, they teleport to respawn. Warden's compass. Prevent item from ever leaving inventory on death. I feel like there's two different concepts going on in there. You're saying apply an ender pearl to a tool to prevent it from leaving your inventory when you die. I'll steal that water, even though I still have plenty of it. Bye-bye. Yeah, there's a lot of zombies down here. They keep popping around corners. They teleport the item back to the spawn location instead of where they die. Okay. I think I better understand now. And then the compass would point back. If they were to teleport there, how much of a difference would it be if they were to just not leave the inventory? Keep inventory, but with extra steps. Of course, fire resistance is game rule. Do fire damage, false, but with extra steps. Alright, let me toss all this back on the ground. Alright, how are we doing on coal? I could probably stop picking it up by now. Maybe this is the part where I place down the other shulker box. Let me make sure this one's all nice and full. And I didn't mean to pick up one rail. Oops, I'll need to put that back when I can. But now I can put all that stuff away. And then celebrate, as now my inventory is much more cleaner. Nom 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 nom, I gotta heal up. I'm only missing 3 hearts, but I could use more health anyway. And toss all that. There's another zomble, I see you. Can I, huzzah, natural knockback. Okay, there's more gold. Where are we at? We're still right around redstone layer. Here's the thing with all the concepts you shared as well, in terms of dying and item respawning. Everybody who plays hardcore is gonna find this useless. I'm pretty sure they already find the respawn anchor useless as well. Unless there's a lodestone. I get those 2 blocks confused in functionality. I think the lodestone is what you can use for the compass. And then there's Project Lodestone, which is totally unrelated. Well, that's about a universal Minecraft map converter project. I don't know how much progress they've had. I haven't checked in on it in a while. I know that's still going on. Which reminds me, I should check in the 3DS progress, because I don't know. I forgot I had that on me. I don't know how much progress has been made lately on the 3DS converter. Because I really want to get my Into the 3DS world available to y'all. When the day comes that I get it to Java, I'll be making a short video that shows, hey, look what I'm playing. And so it's gotta be nice hopping on there on Java and looking around, and I could see so far compared to the 4 or 6 chunk render distance that the 3DS had. Hello. Again. Times 3, I think. Once the world is converted on Java, it can be converted to Bedrock, since there are plenty of Java to Bedrock converters. The current 3DS converter is working on getting 3DS worlds to Java 1.16.5. It chose that version because 1.12, I think it was 1.12, had mappings that were too outdated. Mappings and libraries that were outdated, so they wanted to use 1.16 because the community libraries and whatnot were updated. Hey, look at all that blue carbon. And there's more of the red dust as well. I don't even know how much I'm sitting at, but whatever I'm sitting at, it's not enough. I need as much as possible. We're probably going to stop mining coal, since I for sure have enough to make another 4 stacks of torches. Oh, good thing I checked the ceiling. I would have missed that block. I feel like diamond, or I should say, redstone generation is very similar to diamonds, with the exception of diamonds only generate once per chunk, and redstone does not have that limitation. Okay, so let me just bring all this down here real fast, whatever I can. Complete stack, complete stack, complete stack. I'm throwing the items on the ground, so that way they will combine into any stacks that I already have on me. I think we're all good, though. We'll see if we even end up at another mine shaft to where I can put that one rail down. Alright, and exploring. Exploring. Just trying to make a pronunciation thing there, except I realized it didn't sound right. Like a jumpin', a hoppin'. That sounds proper, but exploring, that doesn't sound right. I currently don't have the wood to create a crafting table to make the redstone blocks. My fault for ignoring it, but I didn't want to carry a crafting table when I have so many crafting tables at home. You made a mistake. I'm pretty sure Minecraft Apple TV was discontinued before I had the opportunity to play it. Because I have an Apple TV, but I never got Minecraft on there, because I'm pretty sure Apple TV was discontinued before I got it. I don't know if I ever will play the Apple TV version. There is no official Samsung Fridge Edition. There was an official Apple TV version. That's where the difference lies. I don't even know if we have any Apple TV versions archived. That's one of the most difficult versions. That one's up there with, I think, Kindle. No, Windows Phone, I think. I can't remember. Either way, Apple TV is one of the most difficult versions to archive. Alright, so now we're looking for all of this stuff. If there was anything special about it other than being the Apple TV version of Pocket Edition, I would consider playing it on my channel. But since I'm already going through the Android versions, I'll just keep going with that, as that covers most things. The Pi Edition is special enough to get its own series, even though at only one update, I'm only going to be playing it for a few days. Not much of a series. That's going to be a 1-week thing, after I figure out how to load the base version. Because by default, the update, 0.1.1, that's easy enough to play. But I need to install the default version on a Pi. Look at this cavern. What was I saying earlier about the beta 1.8 to 1.6 having the best cave generation? Now this is my type of cavern. Of course, we're about to get rid of all the lava, so it's going to lose the cool effect at the bottom. But still remains. Come on, block updates. Why you gotta do me like that? Alright, and doink. This is the part where we go back down. Okay, hold on. What's down here? Nothing of importance. Let's see. Think I could swim out of here before the water comes down and I can't get out? Oh, hey, I made it. Alright, cool. Alright, sorry to all this lava. It's about to go away. Something burned up in there. Saw the smoke. Probably another zomble. These things are everywhere. Ow. Oh, I see you back there. Good thing I took a closer look. Because otherwise I wouldn't have noticed. Level up to 85. Hold on, why can I not put... Why does it not let me place water on the thingy? Why am I allowed to attempt to use the block of red dust? Is it because whenever you click it, it lights up? Whenever there's a block update? Why did they add that feature? Does that mean I have to shift? That is. That's weird. They used to not have that property, and you had to left-click it or step on it to activate. And then they turned it into a usable block, it appears. I feel like that's annoying for building purposes, though, because if you want to place blocks on one of the surfaces, you need to crouch. The iron door used to be like that, except they did the opposite for the iron door. Iron door and iron trapdoors. Although I think iron trapdoors always had it like that. But for the iron door, you would always attempt to use the iron trapdoor, or you would always attempt to use the iron door, unless you were crouching after 1.5. when that feature was implemented, to crouch to be able to place on any usable block. So that included stuff like furnaces, chests, signs, crafting tables, dispensers, that sort of thing. Essentially every tile entity. Well, can't run anymore. I guess if I'll just keep chilling down here, then I'll continue to leave it as it is. Maybe I should have brought more wood with me. With all those sticks I have, I only decided to bring two stacks of torches. Oh, you know what? Hold on. You know what I see here? I see more wood to make more sticks. Alright, we're gonna go down there later. I saw the green bean coming for me. I'd rather keep exploring down here first before I go wandering into the shaft of the mine. This lava fell far. Whoop. And bye-bye. Is it just the one block? I think so. Yep, alright, cool. I'll need to make sure to leave torches because once the lava's gone, it's gonna get dark. Alright, back down here is where I wanted to be because there was one other tunnel, I thought. Unless it was just down here. Well, I guess this is something. Oh look, we're back at the mine shaft. I guess it is time to go exploring here. Where are we at? Just slightly too high. Well, that means any good cave that goes lower. Like this one. Oh, it's already here. Any good cave that goes low enough, there's the possibility of finding red dust. One thing I've always kind of wondered when it comes to these mine shafts, what was their purpose? Because if it was to find ores, why would they leave all these ores in the walls and stuff? I don't know. Of course, from a gameplay standpoint, it would make mine shafts far less useful to us, the player, finding them later. It's like they were only focused on carving out the areas and not at all with the resource collection. But we're going to take that because I'm going to make more sticks. Cave spider. Again. Do cave spiders have less health than regular spiders? For some reason, I thought they had the same amount of health. Maybe not. It makes sense that they would have less. They're much smaller. For some reason, I thought they both had 16 points. Aha! It was hidden. I was really hoping it wasn't one block, and I was right. We're also going to take that. Y'all know me in odd numbers. Craft the sticks, get the coal, and once I find the coal. In fact, while we're here... Oh wait, I forgot I had a whole other stack. Alright, so that means we're going to combine. So everything that doesn't stack will go here. Just making sure all of those are complete. So now what I can do is, I guess, take this stack of coal. Let me put all this away, not the sticks. Oh, that's a complete stack. I'm very particular with how I keep my stuff organized. It's also a hierarchy in making sure that all of this is properly organized. Make sure it's sorted in the way it needs to be. So now what I can do is grab this and place it down here. Join your brethren. I'm probably not going to mine any more coal because I think I'm good for now. I'd rather utilize the space for more of the red dust. I see you, Mr. Enderman. Peekaboo. I don't particularly need the ender pearls though, so I'll let you keep living for now. See you later, have a good day. Or night. Let's find out, is it night? So if it rises in the east, it is not night. I know if I were to respawn, I'd go right back to spawn. Alright, this is where I came from, I believe. Is this tunnel just the one pathway? I guess it was. Alright, let's try to backtrack a little bit, see if we can find any more of these tunnels. That's what we are in the process of looking for. Because if I bunny hopped over there... Hello. There's another... Oh wait, hold on, is this the same one? Did I not look up? Huh, that's kind of funny. Alright, so let's keep doing all that. Bye-bye. I don't have much of a reason to get rid of the lava for my own safety, but lava being able to destroy items is the primary reason why I get rid of it. It's also faster to just walk across. And while I'm here, please drop 4. Yeah, exactly 4. That's what I needed. Because I wanted to use up the last of those sticks. Alright, I'll take more lapis. At some point I'll find a use for all this lapis. But if I've already done all the enchanting I'm going to need, then I'll end up putting it to the lapis biome. It'd be cool if the lapis biome was sizable. Right now it feels rather small, but that's just how it goes. I need my water back, please. Oh, wait, hold on. Huzzah! I'm a ninja. Not really, but I feel like it. Oops. Where are we? We're at Y12, so we're right here. We're right at the level we need to be at. Let's take the Safeway down. Isn't Safeway a brand? Maybe it's a store. I don't remember what a Safeway is. I see you over there, Mr. Green Bean. Safeway is a store? I've never witnessed one in my lifetime, but I'm pretty sure I remember hearing people talk about it on these streams previously. Bye-bye. Alright, where's the green bean? Hello. You snuck up on me. See ya later. This area is now secure. Oop. There's a lot of vertical generation. Let's get all the goods. Hopefully, this will be plenty to last me for a while because I don't plan on spending much on whatchamacallit. I don't plan on spending a lot of redstone for the target practice area. So maybe I'll move my bows there. Probably not all of them, maybe just some. Maybe the non-enchanted ones I'll move over. Yeah, the basic target system, I'm going to line the redstone in the back to make sure that... Maybe I'll make an accuracy meter. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll need to transmit horizontal distance to vertical distance, though. That properly maintains power. I should say that displays the correct power level. This can't be so bad, right? I've said the same thing about every previous redstone thing I've worked on this world, and they all ended up being far more complicated than what I thought. So sure, it may be simple in concept, but I may end up spending a lot more redstone than I want. Oh well. That's why I'm getting plenty now. Simple with extra steps. But that's just complex. I guess we'll find out when we get there. Because I want each target to have its accuracy be displayed on a vertical meter. That's what I want. That's the image in my mind. Because otherwise, I could do something where I display it horizontally. But the problem with displaying the power horizontally, unless if I were to drag it in front, if I were to have a horizontal meter, I'd want to stick it forward. Because otherwise, I don't want the meters to go sideways if they were horizontal. If the power meters or the accuracy meters were horizontal, that'd take up a lot of space, and I want to keep the lanes, each of the target lanes, minimal in width. Because otherwise it's going to end up being incredibly wide when it doesn't need to be. And so if I could keep each of the target lanes thin, that way the whole thing will be rather simple. Because I'm doing in increments of 10. And so if I'm going up to 100 meters, that would be 10 lanes. So that's what my target is. But oops. Terrible puns every day. I see you, Enderman. I saw his particles before I saw him directly, though. There's another dungeon. Hello. Ow. Oh, this one only has one chest. I think we're good. What do we got in here? There's another bucket. And more saddles. More saddles? Man, it's nice collecting all these saddles now. It'd be rather unfortunate if one day they created saddles craftable. It wouldn't be as cool to find them here. Insert obvious sarcasm. There's also that chest I need to pick up. So my inventory is completely full. Can you stop dropping in? Alright, we're gonna set up shack here because I need to sort all the goods. Can you not? I don't know if he spawned or if he was somewhere nearby. Oh, there's another chest. Alright, so there's that chest there, and then the chest down that hallway. Plus this one. Alright, so this is the complete stacks chest. Anything that's not a complete stack's gotta move. Do. Is that it? Oh, nope, the chest. Chest is not complete. There's also the egg, but I don't know if I'm gonna find any other ones. So I think everything in here... You know what? Here, I'll be smart. If I sort everything, this will help me verify. Okay, that's not the best sorting, but that's an improvement. There we go. Doesn't that look so much nicer? I'm not going to do the same thing with this one, though. There's a lot of incomplete stacks. So now that that first shulker box is full, it's going to stay, you know what, I'll leave it down there. That way I know it's totally full. Everything else is going to go into that one. So let's dig up you. And let's pull that out as well. We'll dig up you. And then we'll dig up you. So that way everything in my inventory is now combined. And so whatever I can ends up in there. Poor melon seeds. It does not belong. So, this shulker box is now mostly full. Oh, hold up. That's a complete stack. So is this one now full? How about I begin the organization process? Alright, so my full shulker box is on the bottom. I don't need to place that down at all. My not full one is going to be the top one. And now that we are here, we can relax and pick up all the mossy cobblestone. Also need to make sure my torches get put back. Don't want any skelebums popping up. I don't know if I'll ever do anything with all these spawners I leave behind, but maybe one day in the future, there are going to be other people who want all these spawners. One thing that's nice with cave spider spawners is that there's the possibility of them generating close together. So then that means it's possible to have... Hello. It's possible to have multiple spawners in one area that you might be able to have loaded. That way, you could just make one larger farm. Remember back in the earlier days of Minecraft, when people did a whole lot of seed showcases? Triple dungeon seeds were popular, because you could have 3 dungeons, or 3 spawners all right next to each other. And you can create one large farm out of that. Instead of relying on just one single spawner, you get all 3 of them. Double dungeons, double spawners, were moderately common. Triple dungeons were rare, though, it felt. And I think I might be too high. What am I at, 26? Yeah, a little bit. Let's go back, try to go down, pick up lapis, because I'll still need it. And follow wherever I came from. Man, I've been down here for so long today, it feels. Alright, these are great caves. I was concerned that the cave system, when I entered, was gonna be rather shallow, because that's what it was looking like. And then I got lucky and I found that area that dropped quickly. And here's another spawner. Isn't this the 3rd one I found today? I think this is the 3rd dungeon. I've seen a few other cave spider spawners. Man, so many saddles. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these saddles, but we'll keep holding on to them. And I'll probably dig up the floor, and then I'll start digging up the spawners. Or digging up the chests. I wonder if there will ever come a day where you can pick up spawners again. Because now Minecraft is complex enough that they know how to maintain the NBT data. I'm pretty sure the reason why spawners for a long while could not be picked up, in fact they were intentionally not able to be picked up for a while, was because they would always go back to a pig spawner. Just because notch code. But if modern day Mojang were to implement the feature, they'd be able to maintain the data for whatever spawner, whatever mob was inside originally. Wow, 50 diamonds? I don't know I found that many. That's not true, I did not find that many because I do have fortune. Alright, it looks like this shulker box is getting full. We're getting there. We're not full on inventory space yet, but we are indeed getting close. And I really haven't been eating all that much compared to normal. Probably because I'm not running around a lot. There's a whole bunch of walking, and you no longer use hunger while just walking. I say now, but that was a 1.11 thing. The 1.11 hunger system is great, especially compared to what we have in release 1.8. From beta 1.8 to release 1.8, hunger was not fun. Hello. They made a minor improvements in release 1.9 with the healing system, but overall the hunger was not as fun as it could be. So 1.11 further improved hunger. Alright, water, you gotta go. I have my own bucket. I don't need you. But what I need is more red dust. Let me also Hadoop, because I didn't realize my preview wasn't live. If anyone is currently watching and the live button is not red, at some point you've fallen behind, and I would recommend catching up. Every once in a while, YouTube says, hold up, let me reload that real fast. And now, maybe I should start trying to find the exit, because the amount of resources I'm going to find while trying to escape just might fill up the box. As we're almost there. Do I really only have 3 chests? Why did I think? There we go, I have 9. I collected 9. All of these are going straight to the shelves. The shelves I'm working on at Zelenaco. Yeah, I think we've done enough exploring. Let's see if we can find an exit point. Hello. That totally ruined my day because of all the torches. Oh, come on. Now all this flooded. Oh, hello. You know, maybe that water showed me an area. Where are we? 16? I need to be just ever so slightly lower. Common Caves, I believe in you. So much for trying to end off. See, I need to tell myself to stop exploring early. That way I start looking for an exit. I know I'm going to get sidetracked. Like in this scenario, because it feels like we're so close. Just one good area, and it's going to be low enough. And it looks like think we're back here. Is this where the water came from? I don't know what. I've seen all this stuff. I'm gonna return to the Zelenako later. I gotta get there first. I need to finish up with my mining trip because I am very far away. We're at 50,600 on the z-axis. Alright, who dare, you dare, this water dared to ruin my day. So yeah, whatever I can find in mineshaft chests are not going to be super good, unless I somehow manage to find one that has a bunch of redstone. But with all that taken care of, let's start heading to the surface. This was a great cave. Such a fun time I had on here. We are at 1 hour and 15 over, which means by the time we get back, we'll have enough time to at least start. Unless I somehow manage to end up getting lost down here. I should say I somehow managed to not find an exit within a timely manner. Truth be told though, there's always the possibility for that. My stomach's starting to yell at me. Food. Where's the food? It says. I'm trying to head to the surface. It might take a little while. Alright, sometimes you have to go down to go up. Except there's more mineshaft down there, which means maybe I will just keep trying to go up. Alright, place your bets now. How long do you think it'll take me to get out of here? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? 15 minutes until I reach the surface? Just be told I'm kind of close. Close enough. I'm at 51. I'm close enough where I'm considering making a staircase. What biome am I in? Snowy tundra. You know, I don't think that snowy tundra is even helpful. Because that's not true. These are this is a 1.1 area, which means I do have the 1.1 biomes here. Alright, so hello. I guess it's possible. Because I was thinking, you know, what if the terrain is just different than the biome? But that would have already been sorted out because this terrain was loaded around 1.1. What do we got? 57. Oh, we're close. Oh, I see the surface. We made it. There's a chunk border. Probably. Alright, where are we? Let's find out. Is that a chunk border? Because I feel like it is. Oh, in fact, it guaranteed is. Yeah, so this is, we're right around 11W39A compared to 1.1. Alright, cool. I didn't realize there was a thingy right here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna build a pillar. I wandered far. Y'all remember when I entered the cave? Hold on, let's get up. Y'all remember when I entered the cave? Way over there? Because I remember that mountain range. Because beyond that's the chunk border. We got into the caves. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe we only entered the cave around there. In fact, that might be a torch I'm looking at straight ahead. So let's just set that down, and then I'm going to take advantage of huzzah! Peaceful landing. And I picked up another egg. Didn't I say at the very beginning when I picked up the first egg that I was unlikely to ever pick up any more? Changed my mind. Yeah, the cave I entered. Oh, that was a flower. That wasn't a torch, is what I was looking at. Y'all probably didn't see on stream, too low resolution. Yeah, I don't know where the cave is that I entered. Somewhere around here. Under normal circumstances, I'd say I could always whip out MC Edit and verify, but I can't use MC Edit anymore. Sad times, sad times. But at least now I know where I am and I know where I need to be. So we'll start heading back. We have about 40 minutes left of the day. Oop. So let's make it all the way back to the hut over there. And I must not have done anything with the animals if they're all still here. If these are all animals that spawned when I loaded up this 1.1 terrain, I must have not have taken them out. Because this feels like the amount of animals you would find with beta 1.8 spawning system upon world load. Jump, big jump. Alright, let's hop on through. Beep, beep. Alright, so let me set all this down. Yeah, the area we are currently in was loaded somewhere around 11W39A and 1.1. I want to say 1.1. Okay, so that one I know is already full. Oh, that's already combined. We'll be all set to just take this back with me. Unless there's stuff I wanted to leave here. Probably not. There's a lot of cobblestone. Maybe I'll take that back. Oh, there's a carrot. That's not true. There are carrots. Is there anything else I really want to leave? Not particularly. Let's grab the boat and away we go. Someday in the future I'll remember to put the pathway here. Maybe if I put it on the bounty board that'll convince me to get back here. It was about 1.1 you first started playing the Xbox on, or in January 2012. Only a few months before me, except I started on technically Pocket Edition if you consider the first few hours before I committed to Java. And I don't think... This is not the correct path. I don't want to deal with you. Oh wait, hold on. Can they shoot the, what happens if they shoot the, Oh, that's right, they won't. Haha. January 2013? January 2013 is release 1.4. Unless that was a typo. Alright, so 6,300. That's right about where the 1.1 outpost is. And now we sit and we wait. We have a lot of traveling to do. Do 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 do. You know, it's been a while since the last time the travel distance. I already can't remember. Because I was thinking, I wonder how long it takes to go back, and then I remembered, didn't I time this? If you started January 2013, then that means you did indeed start in around 1.4. Because 1.4.6 was either December 2012 or January 2013. I don't remember. 1.4.7 was definitely 2013. It already rolled into January by then. Yeah, 2,900. Oh, we clipped the sun. I was really hoping I wouldn't. Sad times, sad times. Yeah, December of 2012 would have been 1.4. I remember that time. That was right around when I started multiplayer. I tried playing multiplayer because I took the time to purchase an account. is I was using the Minecraft for free for about 6 months. Try before you buy. Truth be told, I still use that mindset to this day. Yeah, I was doing all of single player originally until I got an official account. A premium account, it was called then. No, that's not true. I think when I bought it, we were already done with premium accounts and we moved on to Mojang accounts. The original Minecraft premium account was what Notch was selling all the way until it became the Mojang account. So I migrated my Mojang account to Microsoft after a few years, whenever that was going on. The early 2020s, I think. That feels so long ago. To think 2020 was 5.5 years ago. I remade it. Hooray! It's only about 6 minutes from the outpost to here. We're gonna reset our weather timer over at the campfire as I pick up yet another egg. With the amount of eggs I pick up, one of these days I should do something with them. Maybe that's what I'll do with all the sugarcane. If I could get a pumpkin farm going, a large-scale pumpkin farm, what I could do is, with the sugarcane I have and all these eggs, I can make pumpkin pie. I can make a bunch of pumpkin pie. That'll save me item slots. Alright, but first, while we are here, let me grab another half stack of bacon, and then sort out all the goods, because we have a whole bunch of stuff in here. So first, the important part, red dust. All this red dust needs to be put away. I'll just stash it at the dust itself and not blocks. Grab even more of that, then we're going to grab cobblestone. Because cobblestone, in fact, we'll grab cobblestone and coal. Because coal's just right here. If you're trying to convert the terrain around spawn, are you talking to, or are you saying that the 360 edition was around 1.1? Because 360 edition was always a few major updates behind from Java. Which is one of the reasons why I was sad with it. Xbox was behind for a while. Eventually they caught up, mostly. Man, I have so many saddles. Oi. Alright, let's try to find a saddle chest because this is taking a whole bunch of slots. It'd be nice if saddles stacked, now that they're craftable. And then lapis, I'm pretty sure I don't have much. That's what my lapis. Do I have the bones on me? Yes, I do. Cool. Alright, let's see. How much of this can I combine into blocks? I only had 7. That's okay, we'll start out with another half stack then. Unless if I make another 4 real fast. There we go. That'll put me at 2.5. Plus the extra down here. And then I have more buckets. I really don't think I'll ever need to make more buckets unless it's for a large-scale project, because I keep ever so slowly picking up more buckets from all this redstone mining I'm doing when I go caving. This shulker box is empty. It can now be put back. This one I'm still in the process of cleaning. So close, it almost fit my inventory. One of these days I might find a use for all that mossy cobblestone. For now, it just sort of sits there. And now that one's empty. Hooray! Plus 50 diamonds, even though currently not needed. Even got a little bit of gold. There's still a lag spike upon crossing certain chunk borders. If that's not fixed in 1.17, I'm gonna find mods that improve performance. I gotta say that is not fun. Because it's right in an important area. If it was out in the middle of the world, I wouldn't be as disappointed. But the fact that I have to deal with it right here, right in my primary working area, I can't cross this chunk line without getting the boop, the big ol' hiccup. And I'm gonna keep talking about it until the day arrives where it's no longer an issue. Alright, next is more items. I forgot I had all these apples, but I don't know what to do with them. You still can't make apple pie. If I could add one small feature to Minecraft, it'd be apple pie. I talk about that every so often. You're back, did not realize you left. Some people just have the stream on in the background, so I figured everyone, the few people were just listening. Alright, toss the wheat. Oh wait, hold on, while I'm here, I remember to grab the 10 hay bales, because we're gonna get to work. As I try to find the rest of this stuff. Maybe I should have kept that mushroom. Ew, what is that? Why is this still not sorted out? Why do I have so many bowls? Did I accidentally craft a massive amount of bowls one day? Because I don't know how I ended up with so many. I would never give myself bowls. I could totally see myself accidentally making 8 stacks of bowls or 9 stacks. Oh well. Alright, I needed... Unless these bowls came from Endev. The Endev chests. Mushroom Stew was around in Endev. I don't remember if Mushroom Stew was during that part, though. And I think everything else... Oh wait, hold on, the seeds. I keep all my seeds in one place. But the carrots and potatoes are in the next warehouse. I do have 10 stacks of bowls, and I don't know what to do with it. It just sits there. I could use it for furnace fuel, but that's what all my saplings are for. I just don't know how I ended up with so many. Test build 3 would have only given me 2 stacks. There's no way I would have given myself bowls in 11W49A. Because why would I? With the amount of bacon I have, especially with the amount of bacon I had by that point. I want to say I was still eating infinite bacon in 11W49A. Alright, the bow. This one's going to go back here. And then I'll start figuring out the target area. Hold on. Let me feel better about myself and sort that. Let me feel better about myself and sort that. Painting's already sorted. Here's the bow chest. Oh wait. This is not going to work, right? Too much. Alright, later. I say later as if I'm ever going to use them. Unlikely. So the last thing we'll do is make one additional chest, so that way we have an even number, then we'll head over to the Zelenate. Oh, you know what? While we're here... Did these really add up perfectly? I hope I didn't lose any redstone somewhere. Well, we're looking at 40. That's 41. We're just going to start out with the target block first. Oh wait, yeah, is what I needed. Hooray, I remembered how to make the target block. The last time I made one was when I was updating the block museum. Before then, I don't know if I've ever made a target block before. So we have another 25 minutes. We'll see how far I get on the... Oh, whatchamacallit. We'll see how far we get on the target area. I can't sprint. Nom 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 nom. Consume the bacon. I feel like, as a trying to apply real world nutrition to my my food on here, I'm pretty sure that it would be very, very unhealthy to only ever eat bacon, but I have so much of it, and so we're gonna keep eating it. One day I'll run out, but by the time I run out, I'll just stick around at my pig farm for a while and use my looting sword. The thing with rotten flesh, though, is it drops from zombies. Pigmen used to drop bacon, and then that was changed when rotten flesh was added. It makes sense for dropping from pigmen, but it wouldn't be bacon if it's dropping from regular zombies. Oop. There we go, we're slowly filling up. Eventually I'll have enough chests to fill all these shelves. That's going to require a massive amount of wood, though. That's a problem for future me, as I often say. But now present me, gonna try to figure out where to put the target range. You know what, I should look up how far the crossbows go. Or I could just leave it at 100 meters and call it a day. Alright, let's probably head up to the testing area and scope out where exactly I want to put the range. Because I feel like it's not going to be where I want it to. 20 minutes? 23 minutes. I say as I hold up 3 fingers that you can't see. You did not see me hold up 3 fingers. Visibility does not work like that. There is a world between us that you cannot see through. Alright, let's go find out. Did I ever come up with a faster way of getting up there? Because I absolutely refuse to make another minecart elevator after getting so mad at that first minecart elevator. I'm pretty sure I just have the ladder. I wonder if by now it'd almost be faster to have a water tube. I'd have to make it... You know what? A bubble column. I wonder if I should make a bubble column that gets me up there. Oh, let's see, how long? The ladder is still as slow as ever. We're gonna test water physics real fast. What happened to my sugarcane here? Why is it missing? Did I not fill this in? I don't know why I'm missing a bunch of sugarcane. Did I not replant? Endermen don't steal sugarcane, I think. And is there another chunk border right there? Oh my gosh, it is. These things are so inconveniently placed. As if they were chosen. I don't know what the mathematical reason is. Because I haven't measured the specific coordinates. If I were to keep track of every chunk axis that's affected, I could probably find the pattern. How is this still a problem though? Because it started back at least in the 1.15 snapshots. Definitely the 1.15 pre-releases. I do see the Enderman there. Alright, we'll probably just toss this in the sugarcane farm that I have over here, since I don't feel like walking back. We have some traveling to do. We're going to try to see if swimming up that waterfall there is going to be any faster. Remember that time I accidentally waterlogged all my fences and my signs? And then I had to put leaves? Those were the days. Say those were the days, but that was 1.13. That wasn't that long ago. This feels ever so slightly faster than whatchamacallit. This does indeed feel ever so slightly faster than if I was using the ladder. But I'm gonna try to have a bubble column, but I'll deal with that later. Bubble columns go all the way up, right? The sponges aren't gonna do it because then it's still gonna have the water. The water will still end up waterlogging the fences and stuff. This isn't classic, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, my swirls. What I should have done is not used fences to contain the water to begin with. That was my error. Alright, so somewhere around here, because as you can see, we have the racetrack and we have the swim track. Although I don't know what tests to do there. This is just generic tests for whatever I want to do in the area. So I have all this empty free space up here. If we're doing 100 blocks, column goes to world heights? Cool. I was hoping there was no Y limit on there, so then that means it'll definitely be tall enough for this. Makes sense because bubbles don't just stop. Alright, so I should probably measure how long that is, and then that'll give me an idea. 100 blocks isn't that far though, because it's less than 8 chunks. Because if each chunk is 16, 4 chunks is 64. 80, 96, that's 6. So it's a little more than 6 chunks. I know they have to be source blocks, because you can only waterlog stuff like that. Alright, so we are right here at 616. So we need to go all the way to 516. That'll give me a good estimation. Maybe I should put mile markers on this. It looks like 100 blocks is going to be rather short, though. Because 516 is right here. So from me to the fence, that's how much space I need. Okay, you know what I could do? I could put this on the other side. I could put this on the other side of the testing chamber. So if I have that door there, we're just going to open up another area on this side. And thankfully, I don't have to worry about falling out anymore. So what we're going to do, we're going to start the target area somewhere around here and then go forward that way. Because 100 blocks forward is not going to be that far. Let me just take a quick peek. Alright, so it should stop before the Wither Arena. Hopefully. I can always push it back if I wanted. Nom 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 nom. So let me do something around here. You know what I could do? I could put an office area. If I made an office area right about here, this would allow me a little bit extra space. From here until What is the chunk distance? Alright, so that would be about maybe 2.5 chunks or so of extra space. So about 40 extra blocks. That should be close enough. So yeah, what I'll do is we're gonna put an office area around here. This will be the administration building. Let me just get rid of that real fast. So I know what we're going to do before we start working on the target area. We're gonna come back with another fence gate. Or two. Probably come back with two. I don't know. Hiccup, I don't know how I'll design the building. We'll figure that out later. You know what? We're going this way because I forgot. This is why I have the water. So we'll put the bubble column in the administration building. And then I also need another door. Oh wait, I need 2 doors. Safe landing in the water. Zelinator in the chamber of testing. For as big of an IP Harry Potter is, I've not sat through all the movies, nor have I read any of the books. And I'm missing a dirt. Did an Enderman steal my dirt when I wasn't looking? And bloop. Alright, so I don't plan on having any sort of sports stadiums. I already have my arena, although it's rather small just because of the way spawners only function within 16 blocks. So what we're going to do, we're going to grab dark oak. I don't have any more dark oak doors. Oh, is this all the dark oak I have? I'll just take all of this. So I said I also needed 2 fence gates. I keep the fence gates with the fences, right? No, I don't. Boy. Alright, well, we're also going to grab the fences while we're here. Grab all of this. We'll also come back for cobblestone and oak, but that's going to have to wait. Let me first try to find wherever I put the fence gates. They're a beta 1.8 item. They shouldn't be too far from here. Here they are. Oak. Everything is oak. I have so many oak fence gates, but I don't have any other fence gate types. Probably because you only craft one each time, and so it's a craft per need basis. Because why would I make a bunch of them? Fence gates are expensive, seeing as they only take up 1 block space. But first, catch some Z's, reset the weather timer as the tiny Zella moon rises. Did I ever do anything with lighting up there? I don't think I did. The admin building is going to have lighting at least. I plan on making it 2 stories. I don't know what sort of offices I'll put in there, but I'll figure that out later. This way it's going to really start feeling like the rad facility. That way it's more than just the testing areas. Alright, so now I needed the oak is over there. I was looking for the materials to create another fence gate. That means sticks. Alright, so The fence gate is these, I believe. Aha, I remembered. 10 years later, no, 11 years later, I still kind of get the fence gate thing, the fence gate recipe confused with the regular fence. It was so much simpler when it was just 6 sticks. And then the sticks and the planks. But alas, doesn't work like that anymore. Oh, let me grab all the oak. This is not a lot of oak I have, though. And I really don't have much else dark oak. So I knew I was going to be low on this stuff. Alright, this way, ho. So I'll build a little pathway, and then the building itself is probably just going to sit on a square because I've had difficulty building things that aren't square before. Like when I use snow globe, that does not at all look much like a snow globe. But that's okay because I got it done. And I forgot don't climb up the ladder. Whoop. So we have about 9 minutes left. We'll see how far we can get. And I clean out the ink sacks from my inventory, hoping I wasn't going to get any more ink sacks from my inventory. Oops. That's unfortunate. In fact, I could just wait around in here. I don't need to breathe. I could hold my breath forever in Minecraft. Because we're especially about to run out here. Do 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 do. We're almost there. Maybe not, but it feels like it. Huzzah! There we go. Maybe I should make a vertical timing challenge. Maybe I should make a test chamber that has... Okay, I'm gonna have to start writing these down. Hold on. Let me write down the different test chambers. So, vertical test chamber for ladder, flowing water, source water, bubble column, and then target range. Alright, cool. So let's grab the doors. I don't know if this one's going to stay here or not, but it is kind of nice having the water here. So I'll just set this down. And turns out I left that door open. And I think what I'm going to do is cover that and then fill it in. So this way I know this is the very middle. In fact, here I'll do it like that. This test chamber still isn't even finished, but as you can see, it's very expensive with the amount of wood I needed. So we'll put that door and back to work. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to make that one there first, and then the pathway is just straight up 3 blocks of cobblestone, and then fences on the side. I don't know how far this needs to go. Probably not too far. Plan on having... Oh, you know what? I have an idea. We're gonna make an L. So the game plan is I'm gonna have a pathway from there that goes this way. And then I'll build the building, the admin building, right in here. Oh, I think I went too far. Oops. I'll put the fences down later. So what I mean by that is we're gonna have this little ledge here. And so this keeps going. This is what meets up with the other pathway. Is this all the same level? Yeah, it is. Alright, cool. Oh, I guess I didn't go too far. I think. No, I did because that was the very ledge. Oops. Alright, one block. Oh! I want that cobblestone, but I don't know how badly I need to pick it up. Yeah, we're gonna have to go down and get it. But let me place down this first. So with this pathway here, this will give me the space to put down the admin building within this area. So I'll be able to build it within here. Maybe I'll be able to create a L. That will be slightly more interesting than if the building was just a square. So this fence is going to be on the outside, but for the inside part of it is going to be taken up like the wall, like how I have over there. Let's not walk off. Not yet, at least. So I think I did the same thing on this side, right? With the water. Yeah, so what I did is I used this wall. This is all still part of the same walkway. Alright, so let's go get the goods. Let's at least try to land in the water. Splashdown. Alright, so the very corner, somewhere over here, I just need to look for the darkness. There it is. No cobble left behind. Watch, after 30 seconds of being up there, I'm gonna end up... Oh, come on, Mr. Green Bean. Watch, after 30 seconds of me being up there, I end up dropping another one. Alright, sun's going down. There's a race against the clock, because I need to make sure I get up there before it gets dark, since I don't have any torches up there right now. Alright, let me think how large I want to do this. Yeah, we're nearing the end here. Nearing the end of the day, I should say. And zoop. Alright, how far can I go? I'll deal with the fences later. Looking at... $15. And then this is 1. $15. Alright, cool. So now, as the Zella Moon rises... Oh, come on, eyes turn red, you can go to bed, except I'm way above the horizon. If I was below sea level, I'd be able to see the difference. But alas, I'm not there yet. Alright, so then I'll do... How about +6? Nah, 7, 8. So then we're going to bring this all the way across. So that should be 9. If I did the math correctly. I guess if I were to include this wall, that'd be 10. Oop. Which means that should make it one more for 11. As I'm trying to stick to odd numbers for this. So that means, hold on, wouldn't that make it 16? Because if this is 1, no, because the very corner is here. This is 1. 1, 2. Oops. Alright, how many of these do you think I'll get back? Oh, you know, hold on, too late, because we're going to figure that out next time. So, this is 1, 2, 15 should have been here. Ah, I missed that one. Okay, so yeah, we'll be back again next time as I work on filling all this in. We'll work on the admin building, see how far we get. Probably not going to be anything fancy, but it'll be something. That's all it for today. Thank you all for watching. Bye.